I am Batman. I mean, Average Sniper.
What's up, guys? Average Sniper here, bringing you another PUBG Xbox video. And don't you just hate it when you make it all the way to second place, especially when you've got a boatload of kills stacked up and that last guy manages to get you. That is just the worst feeling. I mean, it's good. It's a good feeling, I guess, partly because, you know, you did good. You got some kills. You made it all the way to second place. Congrats, but you couldn't finish it. You couldn't finish that last guy off. And that's how I felt with that gameplay. But this gameplay was right after that one, which made me feel a lot better. So in this one, you'll see a lot of kills with the Kar 98 and the 6x scope, which is basically now my favorite scope for sniper rifles. And the reason why is because before we had the 4x, which is great for medium range, but not very great for long distance. And then we had the 8x, which is great for long distance, but not very great for medium range. Now we have the 6x, which is the in-between, obviously, of the 4 and the 8, and it seems to work great for both scenarios, whether it's medium range or long range. I don't really do any close range quick scoping in this game. I'm not sure there's anyone that actually does that on a regular basis, although I have seen some sick clips of people getting some crazy headshot quick scopes on this game. Not for me, though. So I know there's a guy camping up there, and I have friends in the party right now that were playing a game, and I went into a solo to wait for them. And I was like, all right, let me go kill this guy real quick, and he'll probably get me because I'm just gonna go right up the stairs and get up here, and he's in the middle of healing. So I just take my time, line him up, and put him down, and then I tell my friends, yeah, I'm like, you know what, guys, go ahead and play another one without me. I think I'm gonna keep going on this one. I think I'm gonna keep going. Do you ever do that where you just jump into a solo because your friends are in a game and you're just waiting for them to finish up, you know, so they can send you an invite and you can play with them? And then you just start having a good game. That guy gave me a haircut right there. That was crazy. Yeah, so that was one of these games. I was just screwing around. I wasn't trying to play tactical or, you know, anything. There was no strategy here except I see guys, I'm gonna rush at them. And I actually think up until the third or fourth kill, I was like, okay, guys, you know, because I think at this point they were still in their game. I'm not 100% sure, but I was just messing around, just practicing in solos, and this just turned into a great match. There's no strategy or anything to it at all. I just wanted to snipe some fools and attack some fools. So this guy made a mistake and went prone. I don't know why he did that with no cover or anything, but I see people do that all the time, and I don't get it. I don't get why they just go prone in the middle of the open. Do they think it makes them invisible? Or do they think it gives them magical powers? I'm more inclined to go with they believe it gives them magical powers and invisibility. But that just doesn't work. It's right here. There's some guy shooting at me. I have no idea where he is. So I'm just like trying to figure it out. And then at the last second, I figure it out. And I'm like, okay, he's somewhere up there, you know, like to the east. So I'm going to get behind this hay bale, do a med kit, and hope this guy doesn't see me. And then I see him as I'm healing on the hill. Watch this. I'm like, all right, bud. He's waiting for me to pop out. But apparently he was waiting for that bullet. Standing still again. One of the worst things you can do in PUBG is stand still. Of course, you have to stand still to take shots because strafing in this game really messes up your bullet spread. But you probably shouldn't stand still while waiting for an enemy to pop out at long distance because you never know how many people are, you know, aiming at you. And especially in third person when the enemy taking cover can see you but you can't see them. You don't know which side they're going to pop out on, left, right, top, bottom, dig a tunnel under the ground, come up on the other side, peek, shoot you. That's how it feels like what happens to me sometimes. I'm like, did this dude dig a tunnel and come out the other side of his cover because I never saw him leave? It's crazy some of the stuff that happens. So anyway, I'm still just attacking people, loving this 6x scope on the Kar 98. This guy stops to loot. There's another thing you shouldn't do. You shouldn't loot without moving back and forth. It can be a little difficult to get used to it, but then it will become second nature. If that guy was wiggling back and forth while looting, I probably wouldn't have been able to get such an easy headshot on him. This guy, I gave up trying to snipe. I missed the first shot on him. It tipped him off I was there. Just decided to spray him down with the AK. And now we're up to 6 kills. And I'm still out in this field. So I'm like, man, I need a new vest. Let me go check what this guy has. And I get shot at before I can get the vest. Somebody starts shooting at me like crazy. Watch right here. See? Now this guy I couldn't figure out exactly where he was because he was so far away, and I think he was using a suppressor. I can just hear the bullets. This guy ends up shooting 120 rounds at me. I counted them. I put the audio into my editing program, and each shot creates a little blip on the audio timeline. I zoomed in, and I spent about 5 minutes going through each blip and counting it and verifying to make sure it was an actual gunshot at me. 120 rounds estimated, because some of them were kind of like I was shooting at the same time as him, so I just assumed he was shooting too. So somewhere between like 115 and 120 rounds this guy puts at me, puts down range trying to hit me, and doesn't kill me. I think like, I'm not one to make fun of other people. Like, while I'm playing and streaming, I'll call people douchebags and campers and stuff like that, but they can't hear me, you know what I mean? I'm just saying that because it's fun to say on the stream, you know, it keeps everybody hyped. But I'll never, like, bully another player or anything like that regardless. But this guy, and I'm not bullying him or making fun of him, I'm just saying this dude needs to reevaluate his strategy and the gun he's using. Because if you shoot 120 bullets at somebody and you don't kill them, what would you do? Would you reevaluate your entire life? Would you... How did that not hit him in the head? What happened there? Would you uninstall the game? Would you keep practicing to get better? That's what I would do personally. I like, stuff like that pisses me off when it happens. So I just try to, like, keep practicing and get better. I'm like, man, I really suck. I'm gonna keep practicing. So right here, he has hit me a few more times. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna mess with this guy. I feel like he can't really shoot that well, but he has hit me a few times. So I'm gonna heal myself up, make sure that I'm back in this fight. I do know exactly where the guy is now. He's smarter than the other ones, whereas he keeps moving. I pretend like I'm going to run away, but I keep my eye on him. As soon as he pops up, I turn around, aim at him, and finally get that headshot. I aimed a little bit to the right because I noticed that he continued to move to my right every time I took a shot at him. And I think that's why the first couple bullets missed him. So that time I intentionally aimed just slightly to the right of his head so that when he moved, it would connect. This guy's wearing a level 3 helmet. Had to finish him off on the run. Pretty sure I shot him in the ankle to finish him off, but it doesn't matter because if your level 3 helmet takes a Car 98 bullet, it basically puts you on like 10% health, and your helmet's like 90% damage. So that guy knew as soon as he got hit, he had to move. This guy, I heard him shooting. He was going crazy shooting at people. If you're going to go crazy shooting at people, make sure that there's not a lot of flank points or lines of sight that enemies can get on you through windows and stuff, because that was his big mistake. He had a good position there, but he just completely ignored what was behind him and continued to shoot at other enemies. So I basically just sat there and waited to hear like where he was. This guy's in a gunfight. I'm being kind of a douchebag, taking advantage of it. I hate it when people shoot at me while I'm in a gunfight, but that is part of the game. It'd be kind of dumb not to take advantage of this situation. Have to lead him a little bit, but I do end up finishing him off. I'm pretty sure I hit him once. I hit one of those guys up there once and then had to finish him off with another shot. He might have also been wounded from the gunfight he was already in. Basically gives me a free kill. It was just a little difficult to line that shot up, though, as he was moving uphill and quite far away. Alright, there's 3 people left. They're getting in a little gunfight here, and now there is a 1v1. So I pretty much know where the guy is because both those gunshots sounded like they came from the same place. I move up slowly in a crouch position because that reduces the amount of noise the enemy will hear as opposed to just, you know, sprinting up. And I use the third person to see this guy at the care package here and just casually put a bullet in his head for the winner chicken dinner. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, guys. That 6x scope is sick. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Later.